Well, hello there. We are actually going to be doing some Rabo Encendido stew. It's basically oxtail, not a very common meat. I found it at Costco for a pretty decent price. It was 4.5 pounds for $27. It is a little pricey, but it's definitely delicious, especially when you get the huge chunks. This is just one oxtail piece. The bone is right here in the middle, and the meat is surrounding it. If you can get it down to the bone, oh, the meat inside is just so juicy and so good. So my dad makes this all the time. He hasn't made it in a while, so I gave him a call and I said, hey, how do you do this? Turns out that he does it different than my aunt, because I called her. Turns out he does different than my cousin's mom, because I called her too. And I was like, crap, it's kind of more or less the same thing, but I'm gonna have to alter it my way for the Instant Pot, because I feel like they're putting in a lot of sauces that might be too heavy. And for the Instant Pot, as you guys know, if your sauce is too thick, it could cause the burn effect on there. But first things first, we always have to go ahead and season our meat. So I put it in a glass bin. They're all turned up upside down, but you're gonna wanna have to clean your hands and get dirty with it. I already mixed up my spices in this thing, so I can just pour it over. And in here I have a teaspoon of, I'm guessing on these measurements, but a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of paprika. I just mixed it all in here, and I'm just gonna pour it over my oxtails, and also I'm gonna spread some salt and pepper to taste, also some olive oil and lemon. So I went online and I looked at different recipes that people had, obviously not for the Instant Pot, but I came around this one YouTube video. His name is The Hungry Cuban, and it looks like he cooks a lot of the Instant Pot, but he also cooks from his RV, which is pretty freaking great, because I completely forgot that we can, when I go out with my family in the RV, we can bring the Instant Pot, and it's gonna be an easy, I completely forgot about that. So that's another reason why the Instant Pot's great. If you have a small space, a small kitchen space, Instant Pot is your best friend. So yeah, The Hungry Cuban, he's pretty cool. His recipe is kind of like mine, a little bit different, a little different things added, different things missing. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same ingredients as far as the sofrito and the spicing. So yeah, watch him, he's pretty cool, The Hungry Cuban. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my spices, the paprika, the cumin, and paprika, cumin, and oregano, and salt and pepper to all my stuff. I'm gonna salt and pepper each piece, and drizzle with olive oil. And I'm also gonna add some lemon juice to it. So a whole lemon juice. Okay, once all your spices are in there, you're gonna go ahead down and get dirty and rub the meat down with all the spices. Make sure all of the meat is coated in the spices. If you need to, do half and half, like half the spices on one side, half the spices on the other, but make sure it's definitely all coated. Either way, it's all going in the same pot, and it's gonna be in there for a good 40 minutes. So don't worry, it will get in there. Okay, I just put my Instant Pot in saute. We're gonna go ahead and brown the meat now. So take out my tonsils here. This over here. We're gonna go ahead and brown the meat on all the sides, 3 to 4 minutes, as usual. Pardon la locura in the background. Okay, I have my sunglasses on because I was cutting up some onion. And that shit always makes me cry. Anyways, all my beef is browned. You can see, very, very nicely browned. Not cooked through, it's just brown. And I did notice that my pot has a lot of burn marks, which is okay because we're gonna deglaze it. I cut up a whole green pepper, a whole red pepper, a whole onion, and 3 carrots, and I cooked it, sliced it into like little round things like this, whatever they're called. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and toss all of the vegetables inside the pot and saute it. Alright guys, I just wanted to tell you guys that there's a lot of volume in here. There's gonna be, I have an 8-quart. There's gonna be a lot of food in here. So if you have a 6-quart or smaller, I would definitely 100% cut this recipe in half. Just because it won't fit. Absolutely won't fit. Maybe you can add a little bit less meat, but definitely half of the veggies and half of all your ingredients, because it's a lot of stuff in here. At this time, once your onion is starting to look a little on the cook side, you're gonna go ahead and add your garlic. I buy these a lot because I don't have to chop it up. It's just minced garlic. I get them at Ralph's or whatever. So I'm just gonna finish out the thing, but I think you do like a table or 2 tablespoons of garlic. It doesn't really make a difference because garlic is garlic. Garlic tastes good, period. So go ahead and mix that into your veggies. All right, my veggies and my onions, my carrots, my green pepper, red pepper, my garlic's already all cooked up. It's smelling delicious. I'm gonna go add some cooking wine. This is just dry white wine that I wasn't prepared to open. I'm gonna say about half a cup of white wine. You're gonna go ahead and use that. Perfect actually. It's gonna immediately deglaze the pot. You're gonna see that the brown marks are no longer there, but just if they're still there, just grab your freaking, I don't even know what this is, paleta, your wooden palette or whatever you need just to scrub the bottom. Make sure there's no brown, black marks, brown bits on the bottom. If there are, just scrub them off with your spoon or whatever you're using. Make sure you don't use metal to metal. You will scratch your Instant Pot and then you're gonna be screwed. All right, so once that's done in there, it's still on saute mode. I'm gonna go ahead and start basically putting my beef in there. Look at these chunks, guys. I hope this fits. It should, right? Oh my God. All right, I went ahead and turned off my Instant Pot. The veggies and the oxtail is sitting in there. I still need to add the tomato sauce, the potatoes, and the beef broth. Now, this is more of a stew. There's no water, liquid in there, so we are gonna have to add liquid. So I'm gonna add, I think these are 8 ounces. So two 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce, sorry. I'm gonna add my little baby potatoes, which I love. You can do regular potatoes and just chop them up into cubes. But I'm just gonna add a few, maybe like 6 or 7. They're easy. I clean them. That's it, just throw them in there. And I'm going to get my beef broth and use a lot of it. I'm probably gonna do 2 or 3 cups, depending on how quickly the beef broth rises up. So we'll see. I think we're good with 2 cups of broth. I'm gonna do 2.5 cups, just in case. It can't hurt. Go ahead and put the vent to seal, and we're gonna put it on the meat stew button for 45 minutes. So let that sit. If you do get the burned air, do not freak out. Turn off the pot, let out the steam, open it up, see if there's any burnt scrapes, just scrape them off and add more beef broth. That's it, guys. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at this. Caballero, qué rico. It looks delicious. Actually, I'm actually gonna try the sauce it's drizzled in, because that is a good representation of what it's gonna taste like. Da falta sal. I'm gonna add salt because it needs salt, but other than that, it's good, guys. I can't believe it's this good.